Tim Plester and Rob Curry. Who's seen Way of the Morris that they made? A brilliant film. But of course, Tim's best work is playing the part of a man who's microwaved to death in Kick-Ass. But fuck him. So, if you want to get a mic, you two, get one. Share that one. Okay, right. So,
like the Beatles.
yeah.
Or the Bee Gees.
So, Way of the Morris. If anyone's seen Way of the Morris, that's obviously a brilliant film that's found an emotional way through quite an arcane subject. And I wonder, what is your plan for the? If it's not going to give everything away, what is your plan for the Shirley Collins film?
Right, okay. I don't know where to start with that.
Okay.
I mean, we do have a habit of starting making one film and finishing making another film. So whatever I tell you may actually not be true. I mean, after this we're not going to show you a bit from this film, because this film's barely started, but we're going to show you another film that started out as a film about Norfolk folk traditions and then ended up as a film about a fruit and veg seller. So
you may not make it to the final cut. Could end up being about a shop by the time.
I'm not saying we're going to...
Don't invest in it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're going to dish it for the local greengrocer, but you never know. I mean, it started, there's Paul Williams here somewhere. Basically, it started when a guy called Paul Williams was having a drink with me and said, "Have you heard of someone called Shirley Collins?" I said, "Yeah." And then he said, "Well, my friend John McMahon, who's also here somewhere, thinks someone should make a film about him. Do you want to make a film about him?" And I said, did I say that?
Changing our edge, not looking good.
We thought in our film that Shirley would be a man. I mean, that's probably
To be honest, Shirley, I think that's a tribute to the way that you can inhabit the songs, irrespective of the gender of the protagonist. I think that's what they've got carried away with.
And I said, "Well, yeah." And he said, "Well, come and meet her. She's doing a gig next week." So we went along and we had a chat. And then she gave us her autobiography. And we went away and we both read it. And we were both just astonished that the story that you heard tonight, the little snippets that you heard, that she had been on that song collecting trip in 1959, which is kind of the music they collected on that trip is where I personally kind of got interested in folk music from. That was the first folk music I ever listened to. And I only learned about English folk music through the Appalachian songs that they collected there, which then kind of drew me back into English folk music. Tim grew up in a folk household, so he's got a different story. But for me, that was literally, and so it was just like, you know, we finished Way of the Morris, we just finished the short that we're going to show in a bit, and it just seemed just perfect, and she was so lovely as well. And then, you know, and then the last thing she said to me was, you know, I said, "What is your, you know, greatest wish if we could do something?" And she just said, "I just want to sing again." And then 3 months later, we were filming her singing again in the Union Chapel, which some of you, courtesy of David Tibet, who I believe is also here, who, you know, that really long period where she wasn't singing was probably her biggest champion, you know, so we should give him a round of applause for And so it sort of came from there. So in a long roundabout way, I'm sort of answering your question to the thing that really drew us in was that 1959 trip. But then, you know, then there's also all of the, you know, Shirley's music here and Dolly in particular. You know, Dolly's a really important part of this film for, you know, for anyone that, well, for everyone here that knows how important she is. You know, we know how important she is, but most of the world don't know how important either of them are. You know, and that's really the core drive for the film, you know, and how it'll end up. Maybe, do you know more about how it's going to end up than me?
Go on, say something, Tim. Otherwise, you look like the keyboard player in a pet shop.
Yeah. I think what was also helpful is that Shirley had seen Way of the Morris, so That was a good start. She trusted us, which was a good start. No, I think one of the great things about making a documentary as opposed to doing a narrative is that you have much more room for the thing to evolve as you begin to make it. So we have some ideas about where it should go, but that may change as we get into it. But I think that's what's exciting about it.
Yeah, do you think the process of raising interest and making the film will change the story? Should have thought about that. I think it will.
Yes. I know, it's already evolved from when we started thinking about it, exactly.
Yeah.
And this will probably be, because we're filming this now, this bit will probably be in the film.
That'll be weird.
With us talking about this bit.
Yeah.
And then on the commentary afterwards, we can talk about us talking about that bit that was in the film, about us talking about this bit.
Well, better stop there.